and 3. So for A, -2 is the x, because the x-axis is here. And for the y-axis, that's the point for A. Make sense? So -2 and 3. And then the point for B now, B is at, x is at 4 and y is at 6. Cool. So guys, you see how CXC is kind to you guys? They ask, they put 2 points on a line and ask you to give the coordinates, and they give you 2 marks, right? It's really not too bad. It's not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think this is well reasonable. I would be so happy to get that 2 marks.
Yeah,
I would be. All right, praise the Lord. And then the next one now, so that's really easy to find. You can just find the 2 points. And the next one says the gradient of AB. So guys, it's kind of easy to find the gradient. Remember the gradient formula, M, we'll call the gradient M, guys, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Which points will we use as x1 and x2? A and B. So I think that makes perfect sense. So A is going to be x1 and y1, and B is going to be y2. Sorry, not y2. x2 and y2. That's how we find the gradient. By the way, guys, this is always a formula for the gradient.
Wait, was this paper come with a formula sheet or do I have to remember that?
No. This is not on the formula sheet, honestly. It's not. The y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, it's not on the formula sheet. So you need to just know it. Sorry about that, guys. I wish it was on the formula sheet, but it's not there. So let's work it out. Let's work it out. So y2 is 6, y1 is 3, so 6 minus 3 divided by x2 is 4 minus 2. So this is gonna be end up being 3, 6 minus 3 is 3 over 4 plus 2. This ends up being plus 2, and this is 3 over 6. So the gradient is M, the gradient of the line AB is 0.5. 3 over 6 is the same thing as 0.5, guys. So this was really easy. Well, it was really easy if you remember the formula. It's so easy, actually. That's the gradient. And then the last thing they ask you guys is the equation of the line which passes through AB. So this is also pretty easy too. And why is it easy, guys? Remember, the line is always y is equal to mx plus c. In this case, we know the gradient, so it's 0.5x because we just found it, 0.5x. And c is the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept, guys? It's the point at which y cuts the graph. Where does y cut the graph? Where does y cut the graph, guys? Where does y cut the graph? It cuts it at 4. Let me ask somebody else though. Trey, where does y cut the graph?
Cuts it at 4.
Yeah, right there, right
That's
there,
the
guys. It's kind of
y-intercept.
really easy still. Yeah, it cuts it right there. Right here is where it cuts it, which is 4. So this C is 4. So they ask you, what's the equation of the line? The equation of the line is y is equal to 0.5x plus 4. And I got 6 marks. 6 marks. 6 marks.
Just like that? All I
Yep.
have to do is know the formulas.
6 marks, guys. 6 marks. So you see, it's not too hard. Manageable.
Yeah.
I think it's manageable. I think so. Does anybody not understand anything? You can ask me, guys. Go ahead. Talia, how you feel about this?
Sir, you can go back over the second part, please.
The second part?
Like, I think it was B-I-I.
Okay, I. So remember, these are the 2 points that they give us, guys, A and B. So to find the gradient, this is the formula we have to use, Romario. The gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what do we make x2 and y1 and so on? A is the first point, so the first point would be x1 and y1. And then B is the second point, so that would give you the x2 and y2. Make sense? So let me draw a little arrow here. Let me use a little arrow. So x2 is that, the 4. Y2 is the 6. X1 is the -2, and y1 is the 3. Those are the x2 and x1 and y2, y1 variables we use. That's how we find the gradient. So it says here the gradient of the line, let me rub it out. The gradient of the line AB. If you have 2 points, guys, you can always find the gradient by making x1 and y1 the first point and making x2 and y2 the second point. You can always find the gradient of a line if you have 2 points on the line. Make sense, Romario?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Adrian. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. I know you had another class, Adrian. So thanks for coming, bro. Sorry to fling you right into it, Adrian, but you can always watch the recording as well. Raquan, you need to do some stretching. If you feel in pain, you need to try and stretch, do some stretching to ease the pain, all right? So cool. So guys, that covers everything. It helps, man. That covers everything. So
There's a usual thing.
hush, dude. So guys, that covers this question. So this question manageable, and I think it's manageable. If you have any issues, guys, just watch a video, right? I still like about videos, we'll do the question and then you can watch a video after if you're having any issues. You can always look at the question again to see how to do this coordinate geometry type question.
Everything and anything.
Yeah, you can really learn a lot off YouTube, in my opinion.
And anything.